This is our
super special book edition.
Yeah, our SAG After Safe episode.
Yes.
So.
This is the first of hopefully not too many.
Yeah.
I hope demands are met.
Well, last I heard, which was yesterday,
mm-hmm.
they, the Theater Owners of America are asking them to please go back to the table to negotiate, and the CEOs are saying, nope. So, it's gonna be a while.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a while.
We remember what it was like in the early 2000s. Last time, I mean, like, and I think I've said it a couple of times on the podcast since the writers went on strike, like, y'all better get used to reality TV.
Yep.
Because that's about all we're going to be getting for a while.
Yeah.
But I say that because formative years were spent in the last writer's strike.
Yep.
Watching Next, Rock of Love.
Yep.
Flavor of Love.
Daisy of Love.
The Surreal... What was it? The Surreal House?
Yeah.
Or something
Surreal
like
Life.
that? Surreal Life. That was it. Big Brother.
Yeah.
Room Raiders.
Yeah.
America's Next Top Model. I mean, I'm just going to sit here and list reality TV
Unstruck
shows.
work.
Survivor. I knew I'd get you with that one.
You know me and Survivor. Hello.
Knew I'd get you with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
By the way, Rob, if you're out there, I respect you in your marriage, but hi. Okay.
That's why you also gotta watch Game Changer. We were just talking about Dropout.
Yeah.
They do a Survivor themed one.
Is Boston Rob on it? That's not boy.
Someone from Survivor. I don't watch enough Survivor to have been like, oh my god, that's who that
I
is.
hope it was Boston Rob.
I will also say Howie Mandel shows up.
Huh.
Laganja Estranja is also
Girl.
There was, other than the Dungeons and Drag Queens, there was another episode that Bob was in as well that felt personally attacked. Like, I felt targeted by this one.
Yeah.
Because Game Changer is the rule of the game always changes.
Yeah.
And the rule for that week was don't cry.
Oh, no. Okay.
And I'm a crier.
Yeah.
I cry at Subaru commercials.
Sub-uwu.
Sub-uwu. Look, the lesbians were happy, and they had a baby, and they were going fishing.
Yeah.
And, like...
Campbell's soup.
Yeah.
Did you hear? Somebody got all up in arms about the same-sex couple of the Campbell's soup commercial and decided to go to the Campbell's, like, Facebook page, maybe, and, like, complain about how, you know, it's disgusting and all this kind of stuff. And Campbell's replied, I'm sorry you're feeling so ill. Would you like to try a nice can of Campbell's chicken noodle soup?
Shots were fired.
Yeah.
Shots were fired.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, we have books this week.
We do have books this week. We have 2 books.
2 books.
We still don't know which one we're starting off with.
Yeah.
Inkadink?
Okay. I didn't take a lot of notes, so I'm just gonna go off the, you know, I don't know. It was not a note-heavy week for me.
I've got a good page and a half of notes for each.
Yeah.
But my choice of the week, one Inkadink.
Okie doke. We're gonna do this. Back to the old ways.
It is the Final Girls support group.
Yeah.
What was it? Grady Hendrix?
Yeah.
Yes. This is the first Grady Hendrix I had ever read. The first time I saw this in a bookstore, I had sent you a picture of the cover.
I remember.
And was like, oh my god, it's us?
Yeah. Yep.
And then you read it and you're like, maybe it's not us.
Yeah.
And then you get to the end and you're like, maybe it's us.
Maybe it's us.
And then I reread it and I was like, that's not us.
No.
And then I got to the end and I went, maybe it's us. This one is... It's paranoia personified.
Annoyingly so.
Yeah. Our main character...
She was so annoying.
I'm going to say it. She was the worst of the final girl support group.
Thank you. She drove me nuts.
Yeah.
At first, at the very beginning of the book, I thought, oh, Lynette's gonna be me. Lynette is gonna be me. Because it's got, like, these little doctor's notes thrown in and, like, article clippings thrown in. And it said, hyperarousal seems unimproved.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'm Lynette. I'm Lynette. That's fine. And then I kept reading and I go, screw Lynette.
Yeah.
I'm not any of them. No.
Yeah.
I don't. No. It took me over 100 pages to get into this book.
Yeah. It does take a while. Now, I do have to ask.
Okay.
So, I visited with you.
Yeah.
And you told me that your favorite characters were the doctor that ran the support group.
and Sky.
And her elder son, Sky.
And guess what? I still love Sky!
Sky was the bad guy in this. Oh, spoilers! Oops,
yeah.
sorry.
It's okay, we told him last episode we'd be spoiling.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. We did warn you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you even noticed, but I was literally biting my tongue so hard.
Yeah. No.
I tried to very smoothly change the subject.
No, I still like Sky. I've got a thing for those bad boys.
Yeah. And that's fair. Now, I also told you...
he was a groomer, though, so not that part.
Yeah, he was a groomer.
Yeah.
And judging from the comic book that his little brother was writing, and how he was the bad guy, that the character that was clearly based
Sky
off
Monster.
of he was Sky Monster, and then the robot, the main character, was like PX1, who was clearly Pax, the little boy. I also got the vibe that maybe he was not so nice to his little brother.
Yeah.
And that was not it for me.
No. I had a big problem with this book.
Uh-huh.
You know, you and I talked about guys writing girls.
Yeah.
And the only one I've really ever found to have a first-person female book that is written by a man is Christopher Pike.
Yeah.
For some reason, he just knows teen girls. And my problem was, she sits down on the couch, grabs the remote, and is searching for Love Actually. It's not Christmas.
Yeah.
Who watches Love Actually?
Well, I think she said it was already on TV, but then again, when do you see Love Actually on TV?
No, she was searching out Love Actually.
Was? Okay.
Yeah. She was searching. It's not Christmas.
Yeah.
Unless you're celebrating Christmas in July, which was also not when that book took place.
Yeah.
You're not going to look for Love Actually. No, that's a Christmas movie. I know Christmas movies.
I would also categorize it as a I need to cry movie.
That's when, if you want to pick a holiday movie that you need to cry, it is called The Holiday. And that's where Cameron Diaz...
Oh, yes.
And they switch...
And Jack Black. And I watched it because of Jack Black. Mm-hmm. I love that one. Kate Winslet.
Yes.
Yep.
And Jude Law.
And Jude Law, yeah.
And they switched.
I was going to say, who was the one with the nanny? It was Jude Law, you're right.
Struck work. Anyway.
Yeah. So we get, in our support group.
Yeah.
We have, let me count. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6. All based off of actual slasher movies. Like, the final girls in the slasher movies.
In a way that was annoyingly like all the American Dad and Family Guy jokes where they're like, let's go to Burger Prince.
Yeah.
And get some... Trying to avoid a copyright.
The Dream King.
Yeah.
And then there was the one where Adrian signed off on the crossover between her Killers franchise and Heather's Killer okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then there was the one, and then they even blatantly said the one where, give me a second.
Was it Stab?
When he went to space, Adrian's killer goes to space. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, we know who she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did think, I will say it kind of threw me for a loop the first read through where I was like, gnome coming.
Yeah.
Gnomes. Like, it's the most hated of them all. People think it's ridiculous. Leprechaun. It's a leprechaun.
It's got it. Well, That's thought that too, but they said that it had no sequels.
That's true.
It was a one-off final girl.
Yeah.
And Leprechaun had how many sequels?
Too many.
Yeah.
Well, depending on who you ask.
Yeah.
I like Leprechaun in the Hood.
Yeah. Well, we all have our things.
We all have our things. Our main character, Lynette, is just a bad friend for 99% of the book.
Yeah. She's horrible. She's an awful person.
I
hate her.
Julia to die. And there's a scene where one of the other final girls, Heather, who is the final girl of the Dream King, calls the cops and gets Lynette arrested for immunity for herself. And it never hit me as that big of a betrayal.
No, me either. I was like, oh, good on you.
Yeah, no. Especially because while everybody else doesn't know, you know.
Yeah.
She left Julia for dead. For sure.
For sure.
For sure. You know this tell-all book. She wrote it. Now, she didn't publish it and she didn't send it to anyone and was using it as, like, a diary. But...
Oh, she had full intention of...
You think so?
Yes.
In some way, shape, or form.
She had full intention of chucking Mr. Mustache out of the picture and publishing that damn book.
Yeah.
I have no doubt, because I hated Lynette that much.
Yeah. She was awful. I think Heather had more redeemable qualities than her, and she was supposed to be the wild card that no one could stand.
Yeah, I liked her.
I thought she was funny.
Chrissy was my favorite.
Huh?
I liked Crazy Chrissy.
I liked Crazy Chrissy, the traitor, as well. When we were talking, and I was like...
You'll understand?
Yeah.
Yep.
You got it.
It was and Crazy Chrissy.
You knew, huh?
Yes, I loved her. And her silent, strong boyfriend.
I know. Oh my God. That's the killer I had a crush on.
I know.
He was cute.
Oh,
so
he was the strong, silent type.
Crazy Christy is she's the gnome coming.
Yeah.
Gnome coming girl. And lives in the woods with a homicidal maniac.
Uh-huh.
And has a museum of murder memorabilia. I think they called it
Murderabilia.
And also deals with and trades with murderers who were in jail and sells these things online. And she's nuts.
Yeah.
But she was at least honest about it,
yeah.
I felt like.
Yeah. And her little man.
Her little man.
I say little man. Her big man.
Yeah, he was like, 8 feet tall?
Yeah, something like that.
Said 2 or 3 words.
And not in well-spoken English.
No.
Need.
Hungry. I think he said ow at one point,
I think
didn't
so.
he?
I think so.
I don't know.
It's a bad guy we all want.
And... Yeah, you really, going through it, you really come to realize that the only good one of them was the first one to die, and we never really get to see her.
Nope.
And it sucks. You only hear about how good she was.
Yeah.
How she was the best out of all of us. She turned the summer camp where her traumatic events happened into a, sanctuary for women who have been, victims of violent crimes, and teaches them how to defend themselves in the group therapies, and I loved that.
Yeah.
And not only that, but the cabins were panic cabins.
I love that. I want a panic cabin. I want a panic cabin.
I want a panic cabin too.
That's so cool.
I thought that was so cool, and absolutely. If a final girl was to do that,
Yeah.
to host other final girls,
Yeah.
she was gonna have to do something like that.
Yeah. No, like I said, it took me a while to get into it.
You know what? We're completely glossing over another one of Lynette's greater travesties that she commits in this book. Danny's wife.
Yeah.
Danny's wife is, dying.
Yeah.
Actively dying.
Actively.
And Danny gets put on... Well, she's arrested at first for They mistakenly arrested her for, what was it? Firing a weapon at a cop.
Yeah.
She shot her gun in the air. And then she was put on suicide watch. Because...
On purpose.
I don't want... As much as we don't follow the YouTube guidelines, I feel like that's one particular word.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Unalive watch.
Yeah.
I hate that. No, I'm gonna say it. No, I'm not.
Okay.
No, I'm not. But as she's doing that, they put her wife in hospice.
She just wanted to die around Danny's flowers, man.
She just wanted to die on the ranch. She wanted to die in her home.
Yeah.
So they try to take her, but she dies before they get there. So they're like, well, we're just gotta leave her here. And Lynette and Marilyn bickered over it for a while.
Yeah.
Until Heather came and was like, well, if we're gonna leave her here, let's not just leave a dead lady sitting on a bench by herself. Got another kooky old man who talked a lot.
Yeah.
Sat her next to him, which turned out to be also a very terrible idea.
Mm-hmm.
Because Danny reveals, why did they find my wife dead in a park with some old man trying to kiss her?
Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Ah.
That was pretty awful.
Lynette was a terrible person.
She was a terrible person.
And I wonder why he wrote it like that. Where our hero, our POV antagonist, protagonist, all of the above.
Yeah, the unreliable narrator.
Why she was so unlikable.
Right? I feel like there was supposed to be some redemption.
It was a choice.
And I feel like, personally, I feel like her redemption wasn't that redeeming.
No.
You know?
No.
Like, at the end of it. Because, still, when you're kind of thinking about it, Heather kind of did a lot. Julia did a lot in that last showdown.
Yeah. I agree.
And, I don't know, and Julia's in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
No excuses.
Yeah.
No excuses.
And wasn't it Danny, too, at the end?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it was all of them at the end.
And then Lynette had a cane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's still not technically a final girl.
Nope.
Because she still didn't
Nope.
kill the bad guy.
Nope.
So she's still not a final. Like, they're all saying the whole book, like, you're barely even a final girl. We kind of just let you in here because we felt bad for you.
Yeah.
Because we all either killed or put our guys behind bars. You get rescued every time.
Yeah.
And she got rescued again at the end of the book.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I have a couple of quotes.
Okay.
Two of them are negated by our main character's actions.
Uh-huh.
But, like, when the monsters come, we help each other. Final girls stick together, and blah, 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 blah. And then the monsters come, and she bails.
Yeah, yeah.
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 And then betrays all of the final girls.
Yeah. She's a horrible person.
Horrible person. This one, out of context, makes no sense. In context, is kind of disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
But in both cases, I think hilarious.
Is it penis flopping?
No.
No? Okay.
Mrs. Claus watching. Big breasts.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
When Skye commissions
Yeah.
a painting from Lynette's killer, who, what was it, Sleigh Bells? Wasn't that what they called it?
Yeah, yeah.
He commissions, I like your North Pole, your North Pole paintings. You details Santa Claus in sleigh, reindeer riding, Mrs. Claus watching, big breasts. and she's reading this, and Crazy Christie's like, it really was gorgeous, and he doesn't do big pieces like that very often.
I loved Chrissy.
I loved her. She was insane.
Now, if she were the POV for the whole book,
bring it on. Not only would that have been an interesting side of the story that I would have liked to see more of.
Yeah.
I feel like having a main character that's shitty, it's a choice, whatever. But at least let's keep that character consistently shitty.
Yeah.
And have it end with, I still think that, you're pretty shitty and everybody else around you also thinks you're shitty.
Yeah.
But I feel like at the end of Final Girls, it's like, wow, you're kind of shitty. And then it's like, shit, you're kind of right, but you're still kind of shitty.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, you're the best person in the world. And I'm like, no, she was just right.
Yeah.
She was just right.
She was just right. After the third try.
Yeah. And, like, barely in the nick of time.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, I don't know. It bugged me that it took her so long to read that little kid's comic.
Yeah.
Because when he first mentions it to her, when she first buys the comic book off the kid for $100, go Pax.
Yeah.
I appreciate what you were doing.
Right.
And she's like, I guess, it's going to be useful to have, because then I can look through it and see if he's showing any kind of warning signs of, like, sociopathic behavior.
And then she
stuff.
proceeds not to look through it.
For the next
120 pages. And then
closer to 200, let's face it.
And then she finally looks through it, and oh my god, warning signs.
Oh my god, warning signs.
You know.
I have one other quote, and it's more of an interaction, and it's towards the end of the book when they're in the panic cabin, and Heather just crawls into the bed while Sky's trying to beat down the door and trying to shoot down the door. And Julia goes, "You're going to sleep?" And Heather goes, "I have a condition." I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. It had its...
It had its moments.
Yeah.
It really did.
It really did.
Let's see. I don't have much more to say. R.I.P. Adrian.
Yeah. We hardly knew ye.
And 22 stabs to the back of the fucking head with an ice pick.
Yeah.
That's brutal, dude.
That's it. 3 in the chest, 2 in the stomach, 1 in the back.
That's what I was thinking. It would have been funny. But no, it was just 22 times in the back of the head.
3 in the chest, 2 in the stomach, 1 in the back. Thank you. Ice Nine Kills.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Uh-huh.
We agree Lynn kind of sucked. We agree it was shitty that she left Julia.
Mm-hmm. And fine.
And fine. I was going to say, on the mention of Fine, her plant that she named Final Plant, Fine for short. What's shittier about that situation is she felt worse about leaving the plant than she did about her friend in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
On the, 3rd floor of her apartment, being shot at by a sniper on the roof across the street, and also being surrounded by cops.
She is a shitty person.
Yeah. I can't.
It was horrible.
Horrible. And, the more you think about it, the more you're like...
She just gets worse every time you think about it.
Yeah.
Don't think about it, because then she's gonna be worse.
No. But, I will say, as, in the spirit of a slasher movie...
Yeah.
I feel like it kind of hits the nail on the head, you know?
Yeah.
It feels like...
Yeah.
Halloween 13 or something like that.
Something like
that. Friday the 13th, 28.
Yeah. When do they say in Student Bodies? Halloween, Friday the 13th, Jamie Lee Curtis's birthday. You know?
Yeah. So I wanted to see if you noticed something about this.
Okay.
The chapter names.
Oh my god, the Final Girl Support Group XIII.
Final Girl Support Group 3D.
Yeah.
What was it? Hold on, there was another one that was fucking... Oh, Final Girl Support Group 4, Return of the Final Girls.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, it's just constant.
Yeah.
Constant. I thought it was kind of funny.
It's cute.
Yeah.
It was a cute little thing.
Little cuteness.
Yeah.
Little cuteness.
Well,
that was my pick for this week.
I got into it. I did get into it.
It does take a little while to get you there.
Yeah.
I'm interested. I want to read more by him.
Yeah.
I'm willing to give him a try.
I've heard really good things about how to sell a haunted house.
Right.
It's on a lot of lists.
Yeah.
So.
It's up. It's at the bookstore.
Yeah.
It's only in hardback though. I'm a paperback girl.
See, I'm a hardback when I can.
Right.
But a paperback if I have to have it. You know?
See, I feel like a hardback's like a special occasion.
What sucks is I used to have the unabridged version of The Stand.
Yeah.
And The Shining in special edition hardback.
Ooh.
And now I have them in paperback. And
that's gotta hurt.
It hurts. It hurts. But I still have Mr. Mercedes in hardback, so I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something.
Got something. This was Annie's pick of the week.
This is Annie's pick of the week. Hit us, Annie.
Heart-shaped box.
Heart-shaped box.
One of the scariest books I've ever read in my life.
Really?
Yes.
I will say it was creepy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was the scariest.
Oof. It scares the crap
But
out
it's
of me.
up there.
It scares when he's walking down the hallway and Craddock is sitting in the chair with his head down, fedora on his knee, and he is like slinking through the hallway because he doesn't want to make eye contact with him, and my husband calls me from the other room and I jump 1.5 miles. Every time. This is my 20th read through of this book.
Yeah.
And every time that scene happens, something happens and I jump. And it's like I can't get decently scared from a movie anymore.
Yeah.
But this book's gonna make me jump 1.5 miles. You know? With the
the creepies.
The creepy.
The creepy eye thing.
Yeah.
So Heart-Shaped Box, our main character,
Judas Coin.
I would love to make a Beatles reference, but I feel like we'd get a copyright strike.
Yeah.
If I just said the first 2 words of the joke I want to make.
Yeah, right?
So I'm not going to. My first note for this one, because, you know, it opens up with a talk about he has a collection.
Yeah.
My first note is Jude got his collection from Chrissy in Final Girl Support Group.
Yes, he did.
Absolutely.
He absolutely did. See, the books are intertwined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same universe.
Yeah.
Same universe.
Murderabilia.
Can't convince me otherwise.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of that.
But then, you know, hey, you want to buy a ghost?
Yeah.
No.
That's
not this one.
That's the only. I feel like that's the only logical answer you could have to that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't spend $1,000 on a lot of stuff. Most certainly not some suspicious eBay knockoff ghost. And it doesn't work out that well. I mean,
no.
It don't work out that well.
No.
It doesn't go well.
No.
So,
if it goes,
don't go buy a ghost.
If it goes,
I don't know.
If it goes anyway, not good is one of them.
Yeah. It goes not good to, okay. It goes, okay. At the end.
Yeah.
But it's not good. For the rest of the time.
Like, this book is 340 something pages.
And 299 of them are not good. Pretty bad.
This book was so descriptive, I can smell it.
Yeah.
I can smell this book.
Yeah. Yeah, you really can.
Oddly enough.
Yeah.
I feel like this is one of a few books that is so not overly descriptive, but descriptive to the point where we can see exactly what Joe Hill wanted us to picture.
Yeah.
Like, I have no doubt you and I pictured the same thing because that's how he wanted us to picture it.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
There's no wiggle room.
Did you smell the Denny's? Did you smell the Denny's?
I smelled the Denny's in the cold bathroom.
Not only the Denny's, not just the Denny's, but the smoking section of a Denny's.
Yes! Yes! Like, I smelled it.
Yes!
Yeah. Like, the Alpo in the drawer.
Yeah. Oh, God. That one made me gag. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like, the cheap press board mixed with, like,
the cheap dog food.
Yeah.
The cheap wet dog food.
You smell this book.
Yeah.
And
it's disgusting most of the time.
Yeah.
There are a couple smells that are pretty good.
Yeah.
Not Lake Pontchartrain.
You do suspicion on Lake Pontchartrain? Oh my God.
I've been dying to ask you that question. Dying.
Aww. Poor Florida.
So, Jude is old rock star, think. Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah. Only, I picture him more, like, physique-wise, like... He's probably kind of hot, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay?
There's a line towards the end of the book where it's, like, looked like really close to the lead singer of Metallica. I was like, okay. So to think, like mid to late 40s... metalhead,
but I've got
beard.
I've got this scary crush on James Hetfield. So, like, I'm sorry. He's scary, but he's hot. You know?
Look, I think we may have hit in a snag, and where we will fight over literary men.
Yeah.
Why did we have a crush on the same guy in the last book and in this book? Now, to be fair, there aren't a lot of guys to have crush-ons in either of these books. But, like, we're bottom of the barrel, just scraping anything and fighting over the crumbs.
But, I mean, Jude could get it.
He could get it.
Jude could get it.
It would be confusing, though, because he'd call us both Louisiana. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I was born in Texas. He could call me Texas.
But if he met us, we'd both be
Louisiana.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could be Louisiana 1 and Louisiana 2.
Well, like Thing 1, Thing 2. Oh, that's what he'd call us.
Yeah.
Thing 1,
he would
Thing 2.
Thing 2.
Yeah. That's what we would be.
There's such a heartbreaking moment in this book.
There are a handful.
There are a lot. But, you know, when he's talking to Mary Beth about Anna.
Yeah.
And she's, you know, tentatively asking questions, doing that thing girls do where we're going to ask questions that we know are going to hurt our feelings.
Was she prettier than me?
Yeah, you know,
was
those.
Was she skinnier than me?
And, you know, he's calling her Georgia at this point in the book, and she's asking about Anna, and she goes, well, what was her name? And he goes, Florida. When she read my heart read. But, like, you know, and then his lawyer comes in at the end, and he's like, Tennessee. And it's like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
You know? But, like, it was heartbreaking. You know? And then Anna's whole entire story.
Heartbreaking. What got me, though, because, you know, he calls the girl he's with now Georgia, called Anna Florida, you know, called everybody by names. When he met Mary Beth's grandma, was like, have you ever been to, like,
Bammy.
Yeah.
Bammy, because
Bammy.
My name's was Alabama.
And he was like, oh.
Did I screw her grandmother?
Deer in a headlight.
Yeah. Talk about that piece of writing, though.
Which one?
To, like, be the awkward oh crap.
Yeah.
You know?
And, like, what are the chances of running in to a grandma named Alabama?
Yeah.
But I think what was, like, as, like, that's frustrating, you know? And you could feel Mary Beth's frustration to that, too. Especially when he tells her her name was Florida. And she was like, she loved you, didn't she?
Yeah.
She loved you, and I bet you she still loves you.
Yeah.
And I bet you she's still waiting to hear from you.
Yeah.
I know she's dead, but she's still waiting.
Yeah.
And then they get the Ouija board at Bammy's house.
Yeah.
and they're trying to reach out to her, and she doesn't respond until he says, "Hey, Florida, you there?"
Yeah. But then he said, what does he say specifically? Because it kind of heart punched me a little bit. Where he was like, "Hey, Florida, are you there, darling? It's Jude."
Yeah. Yeah.
This book packs some, like, gut punches.
It does. It really does.
You know, it's emotional while being freaky as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, you there, darling?
And,
oh, my God.
And, like, I definitely went on a journey.
Yeah.
With not only Jude, but with Mary Beth. I hated her at the beginning of the book. I hated her. I felt like they were both kind of mean to the dogs, and I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Angus and Bond, the true heroes.
Yeah, and the whole time I was like, I kind of like them, but then, like, they grow.
Yeah.
They're complex. They're flawed.
Yeah.
I like that.
There were arcs upon arcs in this book.
I mean, clearly I have a thing for flawed characters. We just got done with Final Girl Support Group.
Yeah, right?
I don't mind a flawed character.
Right. Jude was a better person than Lynette, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though he had snuff films and, you know...
Still.
Even though it drove his wife away.
Yeah, like, that should have been the kicker. But then again, I feel like he also used that to shove her away.
Yeah. But you know, she was the only one that had a name.
Yeah. For a while.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
No.
Not anymore.
This whole book, I feel like the ghost and Craddock and the haunting and all that kind of stuff was really the secondary story.
Yeah.
Because...
I feel like the main story is Jude reconciling
with a lot.
His shitty past.
Yeah.
And, reflecting.
Yeah.
And taking accountability.
And he did.
He did.
He really did.
This is how you take accountability.
Thank you.
YouTubers.
Yeah. Oh my God. Ukulele music. Anyway.
Toxic gossip train.
Yeah.
Anytime I see anything that's completely, like, that I know beyond a shadow of a doubt is 100% true.
Yeah.
But maybe, like, slightly insulting to me.
Yeah.
Like, you cry a bunch. You go, toxic gossip train. So, I have to say, I kind of lost a good bit of fear for the ghost.
Yeah.
After a certain part. And it's littered throughout my notes because I refer to the ghost as this. There's a scene where he goes looking for his assistant and he's like playing on the computer, gets, distracted as one does when there's an open, unlocked computer with unlimited access to the internet in front of you.
Yeah.
And gets an email from the ghost.
Yeah.
But the email address is craddockm@box.closet.net.
Yeah. Yep.
And for the rest of the time, they'd go Craddock, and I'd go, oh, box.closet.net.
Yeah. Dude, I would use that as a real address, though.
Box.closet.net.
Box.closet.net.
I wonder if you can.
Oh, no. There are a lot of websites who are claiming that their name is their name, and then they don't actually have purchased the domain for that website.
Who are we talking about?
Have you heard any of the Twitter stuff?
No, I've distanced myself from that website a lot.
It's not called Twitter anymore.
What is it? What is it?
X.
.com? .net?
No,
.org?
.com.
.com?
Yeah. But
I'm pretty
you
sure...
ready to ride an elevator of awful that only goes down?
Because I'm pretty sure that's like that's
I'll save it for Patreon.
Well, yeah, we'll save it for Patreon where I can say what I want to say.
Yeah.
We'll touch on that in a minute.
Yeah. Let's get back to Jude's sexy ass.
Yes.
Fighting a ghost.
My biggest, really only complaint about this book is I felt like this was a big time bury your gays kind of story. Like, any gay character we had was actively dead already and explicitly during the AIDS crisis, or killed myself because I was in the closet and I don't want anyone to know that I'm gay. And, like, that sucks.
Yeah, but Jude was very openly, like...
Jude loved his friend
supportive,
regardless.
Like, yes. 100% supportive.
Absolutely. And Mary Beth, who also had come into contact with a gay ghost, because there were 2 gay ghosts.
Yeah.
You know, she was also... That wasn't a problem.
Yeah, that wasn't
her.
A thing.
That wasn't the issue.
No, not at all.
With seeing the ghost, it wasn't that the ghost was like, "Hey, I'm gay.
Yeah.
And I have gay stuff hidden. Can you go take my gay stuff so nobody else finds my gay stuff?"
Yeah.
And that wasn't the problem of that interaction.
No,
the problem of that interaction was, holy shit, that's a ghost!
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, speaking of heartbreaking ghosts.
Yeah.
Bammy's twin.
Oh my god.
Oh.
And look, okay, I have been, shameless plug, been watching a lot of Bailey Sarian.
Mm-hmm.
I've been listening to Murder Makeup Mystery every day of the week.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm driving around, doing my thing.
Yeah.
And got to that part of the book shortly after watching a very similar story from Balian, and I was a wreck.
Yeah.
I was a wreck. That was awful.
I love that Jude was the first one to find his voice.
Yeah.
Though. He pushed through.
Yeah.
And tried to save her.
So, Bammy, Mary Beth's grandmother's twin, was kidnapped out of the yard as a child. Mary Beth talks about the first time she saw a ghost was Bammy's twin, Ruth, playing in the yard, singing a song, and she's watching, and then just watches her, like, get pulled back and disappears. And Bammy says, I always felt like if somebody could just say something to her.
Yeah.
Maybe she could rest or something. And he tried. He finally, like, he was the first one who was able to do something because of the dogs.
Yeah.
The dogs gave him his voice.
Yeah.
Knocked him out of that trance that it had him
throughout the whole book.
The dogs are the only reason they're alive.
Yeah.
Essentially. Yeah.
And when they realize that, and one goes with one goes with the other if they have to split up. And, you know, How about when Anna is fighting Craddock and Bon and Angus leap out.
Comedies.
And then he got 2 new dogs.
Yeah, because after that, you're going to have 2.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
So that nobody's left alone without one.
Yeah. I feel like this was a satisfying conclusion, too.
It was. It was a satisfying conclusion. It was... The bad people got what they deserved. Mm-hmm. The victims got what they deserved.
Yeah.
And they seem to have a happily ever after. Well, yeah, we don't know if it's a happily ever after.
Yeah.
But,
Jude and Mary Beth.
Make
a go of it.
Yeah.
She's still snarky.
Mary Beth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still snarky.
Yeah.
You know, puts together a new vehicle.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I don't even remember Anna's sister. I didn't bother to write her name down because I hated her.
Julie Price?
It was Julie. I think it was.
I think it was Julie Price.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was a piece of shit.
And she got locked up. And her daughter...
Reese? When Reese came back to visit him.
And he looks up across the street and he's like, and Anna was standing there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That hurt.
Yeah.
That hurt. And then Reese talking about I have dreams about me and Aunt Anna riding around in a dark car, kind of similar to this one actually, and you realize it's his car.
Yeah.
That they were all in.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
there was hurt.
It was satisfying. There was a lot of gut punches in this one.
A lot of gut punches.
You feel for Mary Beth the whole time.
Yeah.
You know,
you feel for Anna.
You feel for Anna
the whole time. I felt for Anna the whole time.
Yeah.
With the, you know, she's annoying, she's inquisitive, she doesn't stop asking questions, and
yeah,
it gets annoying, and
but
then,
he
like,
missed
her
her
depressive...
He missed her questions.
Yeah, he does end up missing the questions.
Yeah.
And, you know, but, like, the depressive episodes, the manic episodes...
Right. And the little piece of business that it just brings all of the characters together is the fact that Anna can't answer questions with the Ouija board. She can only ask them.
Yep.
I don't... This book is so meticulous with details.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
And so there was another one that hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, in the notes, I have it written down as the biggest hurt.
Yeah.
For me. He's talking about how Anna used to read his palms.
Yeah.
And she tells him at one point, like, oh, yeah, you're going to have someone else after me.
Yeah.
You have the potential to be really happy with them, too. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to love.
And, like, yeah, that, like, knowing the person you're in love with, it's going to move on and no longer be in love with you.
Yeah.
But find a greater love.
Yeah.
That hurt.
Yeah.
You know, that hurt.
Anna's was a life of hurt, though.
Yeah. And then her basically saying, like, I gotta go now because you're gonna need me later and I need to do stuff so that I'm able to help you later. I can tell from your palm.
Yeah.
She knew she was going to have to stand up to her stepdad and her sister.
Yeah.
And that the chances of them doing some fuck shit was pretty strong.
Yeah.
And that if she was there to help, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Mary Beth instinctually, like, when they're on the road, her going, we need a Ouija board so that we can talk to Anna.
Yeah.
He doesn't even mention it. She's the one that, we need to talk to Anna. We need to talk to Anna right now.
And she was open
That was
to
a
it.
knife.
Yeah.
That was a knife.
Yeah.
And, like, because I really genuinely feel like Anna and Mary Beth could have had, like, a really cool fucking friendship.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 girls for one.
Thing 1 and thing 2.
Aww.
But I don't know. I'm always just so mad at the sister.
Yeah.
For being involved in it. You know? Like,
right.
Wake up.
And, like, you can look at it, as a child, she was a victim, and she was groomed into this mentality that she's not a victim.
Yeah.
That Reese isn't a victim, that Anna isn't a victim, and Jude just fucked it all up because he broke the hypnosis that we had on her.
Yeah. Thank God.
But it still doesn't excuse the actions.
No.
That were, you know.
Putting phenobarbital in her vodka.
Because nightfall's a great time to have a drink. We made it this far in the day.
Yeah.
That pissed me off.
Yeah. But I love, like, I got dizzy when Jude was in the room, but not in the room, listening to Craddock and her plan Anna's death. And if he moved, it would shake the bubble.
Yeah.
And, like, I got a little, you know?
Yeah.
Because you could see it. You could feel it where it's...
And then even though it, you know, shakes the bubble and makes him disoriented, he still pushes through it to put his hand on Anna's shoulder to be like, good on you, kid.
Yeah.
Good on you,
And
girl.
she heard him.
Yeah.
She heard him.
She heard him.
Oh.
Because divination is fucking cool as shit.
Yeah.
Cool as shit. That's what I like.
I love this
That's
book.
that's like my preferred. That's like my niche.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so, like, quadruple hits.
Yeah.
Because, like, quadruple hit. Look at 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Quadruple hits.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah. Yeah. I love this book. And I was so hoping you'd like it.
I did. I really did.
It's one of those books that sticks with you.
Yeah. It really does.
It's memorable. It's a little scarring. That scene with...
And it hits close to home in a lot of different little ways.
Yeah.
A lot of different little ways.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Danny.
Right. But the phone call he got with him,
Mm-hmm.
where he got to tell him goodbye.
Yeah. You keep on walking down that road, dude.
Yeah.
And keep on walking.
See, Jude was a good guy.
Right. And, you know, in my notes, when, like, Jude sees Danny sitting in his car, and he's like, there's a ghost guy in there, and I can't do it, I'm sorry, I gotta go.
Yeah.
And Jude was like, okay, dude.
Yeah.
You get on, do your thing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, yes, Danny! Yeah. You know, he's getting out, he's not gonna help Jude, so therefore he's not going to be affected by the... No.
The dead pull the living down.
The dead pull the living down.
And Danny's driving the night road. Oh my god.
Speaking of the night road, leads me to my one quote, other than Craddock at box.closet.net, that I have is, if hell was anything, it was talk radio and family. Yes. Just the imagery of riding in a rusty, rattly, old pickup truck.
Yeah. With
a ghost, listening to Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hell.
It's a little too relatable.
The dead pull the living down. I love how it was a literal door. He made a literal door.
Yeah. I mean,
hey.
I'm glad that's what it went to, because, like, at first, when Anna was like, will you be the golden door?
Yeah.
And Mary Beth's like, yeah, I'll be the golden door. And it's talking about how, like, throat slit.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, he's gonna have to carve out a door in Mary Beth. Like, that's where my head went. Like, oh, God, oh, no, that's bad.
No, and see, I pictured, like, he's gonna have to slit her throat so that Anna can possess her dead body.
Right.
Like, meat puppet.
Yeah, like they did with his dad.
Yeah.
Which I thought was horrifying.
Oh, my God.
Can you imagine your dad, who is a stone's throw away from death's door,
becoming a meat puppet?
A meat puppet trying to kill you and your girlfriend, your pretty little girlfriend in her crop top.
She always wore crop tops.
She always wore crop tops and panties.
Yeah.
That's all of his girls.
Yeah.
All of his girls, except for the wife, except for the ex-wife.
Yeah.
He describes as crop top panties.
Yeah.
Crop top panties. It's always crop top panties.
And so pale.
And so pale. And as a so pale girl.
Yeah.
Tattoos.
Yeah.
Wearing a crop top right now.
I am too.
And once you leave, I'm not going to be wearing pants.
Hey, you know?
Like, once this is over.
Yeah.
So, like, attacked.
Yeah.
Attacked.
At least your thumb's okay.
Yeah. Thank God. Thank God.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Ow.
I have a thing with picking at Bobos.
Yeah.
And the whole book, I'm like, just let me pop it. Let me pop that little thing on your thumb, girl. let me, because you know it wouldn't take much but for that to just ooze.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like it was oozing anyway.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, yeah, it was kind of oozing, and then, like, after the Ouija board thing, and, like, Anna's spirit is, like, slowly, and, like, her hands get wrinkled, like she's been in a bathtub for a really long time, because Anna was in a bathtub for a really long time.
Yeah.
That was so creepy to me.
Yes.
I think the hands getting wrinkly like that was creepier than my thumb's super fucking infected and I'm about to get, like, blood poisoning.
Yeah.
Wrinkly hands!
Anything but wrinkly hands.
Anything but that.
Jeez, I love how Mary Beth started getting Anna's accent.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I love how once they left New York, both their accents started coming out.
Yeah.
Because it happens. Look, it happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, how many times when I get angry do you go, well, hi to Quincy?
Yes. Yes.
Like, it happens, okay?
Yeah, so if the real Judas coin's out there, or Justin Kowalski,
Kowzinski?
Yeah.
Which is, I'm gonna say, as somebody from Louisiana, I've never heard that name down here. You could have given me a Thibodeau and I'd been like, oh hell yeah.
Yeah, Justin Thibodeau.
Yeah, uh-huh.
I think I know a Justin Thibodeau.
You could have given me a Darbone.
Yeah. Bammy.
Like,
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yep, I love that book.
You tried.
I'll read it again soon.
Again and again and again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go buy my own copy.
Yeah.
Cause like, look, and I talk. Hey Anna, I'm talking about you again. Me and Anna view books as trophies.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And like I've told you, she'll read a series of books on her Kindle and then buy a box set just to put on her bookshelf because she's like, I read that. I gotta have something to show for it.
Tell her to ship me the Never King so I can read it. Because I want to read it. But I don't want to, like, buy it without, like, knowing if I'm gonna reread it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm gonna need a copy because I'm gonna need a trophy now.
Yeah. And it's definitely, again, 20 times read that book. So.
Which, speaking of trophies, I've got another one to add to the shelf.
Oh!
For next week's, or not next week's.
2 weeks.
Well, 2 weeks. Yeah, because we're gonna skip a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have 6 or 7 books
coming in.
Nice. I'm so excited.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
This next one too. I'm just so excited to have an excuse to buy a bunch of books.
Me too.
Like,
I just went
that's
crazy.
all you need to give me is an excuse, and I'm there.
Yeah, I just went crazy on thrift books.
Yeah.
Getting these books, right? 2 of them I've already read, but I have to do them.
Yeah.
And then, 3 or 4 of them I haven't read but really want to. Right now, in between books, I am rereading A Million Little Pieces. That's the one that is classified as misery porn.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah, it's misery porn. But they made a thing we don't talk about it.
Uh-huh.
And the trailer is, like, super happy-go-lucky. Like, yeah, it's gonna be sad, but it's gonna be a feel-good, like, weather the storm motivational movie. And I'm like...
That's not what it is.
Out of this book? Are you kidding me?
It's like turning the color purple into this.
Oh my god. Anyway, alright.
Before we get on stuff we can't talk about.
Yeah, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
If you want to know what we're going to be doing, what we're going to be reading, go to Patreon. It's $1.
Yeah.
We talk about what we have planned next and things in between that don't technically count for the main channel.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about stuff, and I don't... Should we have a word? I don't know.
We'll talk about it on Patreon.
Yeah.
We'll skip a word for this week.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
We'll discuss it on Patreon.
Yeah.
We'll figure out what happens.
Yeah,
hey, we're going with the flow, man.
Yeah.
We're going with the flow. We're going to get all loosey-goosey. What's going with the flow?
Yeah. Okay.
Follow us on social media.
Yeah.
All the tags and thingies are up there.
Yeah.
Check us out on Patreon.
If you need something, let us know.
Be safe going home.
Look both ways.
Call me when you get there. Just want to make sure everything's okay. Make sure you eat.
Yeah. Don't scab. We love ya.
Bye.